the idea of idioms, right, or idiomatic expressions. So let's put here idioms versus, right, the what we call fixed, right, expressions. Right, so the idea of fixed expressions. So let's see how they differ and why is this important. Okay, so on the slide you have there, right before you, right, still on the idea of remembering things about idioms, but this is more important at this point because I'm giving you or explaining that idioms, remember, they are more figurative. They have more a metaphorical use of the language. It's creative, dynamic use of the language. Whereas fixed expressions are usually literal, or usually straightforward. The language, you understand it without having any cultural references to help you. Right? So that with idioms, as I gave in the examples here on the slide, I gave two examples just to illustrate. I gave one, an idiom used more by British speakers, and one used with, or let's say, North American, Canadian, or U.S. Speakers, right, to show the difference. So the first one we're contrasting is the idea of to have, as I say, I don't have the foggiest. I don't have the foggiest. I haven't the foggiest idea. It's like saying, I have no clue, right? So to have, if I said to you, I haven't the foggiest, you might understand, well, okay, probably he's saying that he doesn't know. If I ask you the question, where can I get stuff and stuff? Or where can I buy this? Oh, I haven't the foggiest. Meaning, probably I don't know. But you might still, be a bit intrigued by the use of this expression. But it's, as I put there in the explanation, you see here, is that it refers to, since you have this famous, the fog, right, the London fog, famous, it's basically impossible to see anything in the fog. The fact that you are left in the dark, right? You don't know what's happening, you don't know what's going on. So the association is made, of course, when I say, I haven't the foggiest. Right? So it's the same thing as saying, I have no clue, I have no idea. And if I say, if I have no idea, it's easy for me to get it. The same thing happens with the expression, hold your horses. So it's similar to wait a second or wait a minute. And we say, oh, hold on, just a minute and stuff. But it came from that period. So if you have the hold your horses, let me write it here, all right? Hold your horses, sonny. If you go back to the days with the great, the expansion, the moving out to the big, or the wild, the West, right? When the U.S. People started moving west from the eastern coast and started moving west in search of gold, in search of opportunity, and so on, right? So most of them, of course, went on horse-driven carriages. And what would happen is when they stopped to, maybe camp or spend the night, the guy, the drivers carrying or controlling the carriages, they would pull, as it says, they pull the reins, and normally say, hold, right? Talking to the horses and stuff. So it's the command that they would give when they wanted to stop. Hold, right? Hold. And then, of course, the horse would kind of, stop there, probably make a little bit noise and and whatever. So, hold your horses here. We use it when we use it idiomatic. It's like saying, hold on just a minute. Wait a minute. This is the idea. Or if you think, like the expression that, I don't know if you've seen this one before. Hold the phone. Use the character Shrek says it a lot, especially in the first 2 or 3 movies, I think. The first 2 movies he uses this a lot, especially when maybe somebody said something that was revealing or something that he had no idea, he hadn't heard about before. He was caught, unprepared. He was like, whoa, so he said, hold the phone. Like, oh, peraí. Opa.